Hi guys, welcome to another matchup between Macrozerg and Suwak in Armies of Exigo, this time a 1v1 on the map Dark Side Forest. So let's just resume it. In the top left corner we have Macrozerg with the blue color and the Race of Beast, and in the top right corner we have yellow Suwak playing on his main empire. So let's unzoom a little bit. This is of course one of the traditional maps and the most played map probably in the multiplayer in the history of the game, so this will be hopefully a nice matchup. It's pretty much balanced, but of course there are some imbalances in these corners on this map. I believe right on this position you can drop a catapult here between the trees and start sieging someone, which is sometimes pretty strong. Some of these positions have like space there behind the trees where you can run with some villages in the early game, which is for example not possible on this map. I mean on this position, but the other positions have it available. Here you even have a small cliff, yeah, so some small imbalances here. And another imbalance is that the map is kinda designed for a 2v2, I would say. So if you play 1v1 and you spawn next to each other and not across the map, then one player have a little bit different, I mean each player has a little bit different expansion options. Yeah? So the natural expansion for Suwak here is between the players, between Macrozerg and Suwak, while the natural expansion for Macrozerg is here on the side. So he has it a little bit easier to expand here. Of course he can also expand here and Suwak can expand here. But I mean sorry here, but this is the safer one of course, because we have it like just two narrow entrances, one of them leads to our base, while this is pretty open, yeah, with multiple entrances. So the safer expansion here is in a better position for Macrozerg, but sometimes it can be also good because you have a front base right in front of your base, and it makes your main base a little bit safer. While you have it like this, you have to kind of fight in this crossroad, while you can get pushed through here, so it doesn't matter that much. It's just the small difference that you will see on this map when playing a 1v1 and the players spawn next to each other as they did in this matchup. But yeah, we have first scout from Suwak running to the base of Macrozerg with first peasant here, checking what's happening. He sees the arena already producing a warrior, also two barons out and a dark altar. I don't know if he saw that or if he thought that it's a goblin hut, but definitely he could have seen this, which is indicating something special. It just won't be goblin riders and hunters, at least not immediately. Suwak is starting pretty normally, going for his second farm, finishing second barracks. No towers for now from either of the players. Macrozerg of course sending a warrior into the back of his base, finding the peasant that got there as a scout. But Suwak already has a swordsman here as well, dealing some nice damage to the baron. Now also the minion here, slowing down the build time of this dark altar, but Suwak also lost the minion there, actually peasant, yeah. And now Macrozerg is getting back to finishing his dark altar, and he already has lots of units, so I think this is the end of Suwak's harassment for now. Maybe he can still hit the barons a few times, but against the warriors he cannot really afford to push any harder. Actually we see weapon master, okay. I guess it could be also just warriors with witches and barons. That could be an option. He's going for witches, and that's another reason why you can make dark altar. Not necessarily just for the lizard fortress and bestiary. You can also just unlock the witches in arenas and go for a timing push with warriors, witches and barons. That's actually pretty strong. It's also good to add ogres to this army later, but with one base that's pretty difficult. So unless you have two bases, I think this is probably safer. And unless Suwak goes for like Valkyries or something, I think this should be pretty effective. Suwak is now getting temple for priests. He's getting only with one peasant gems here, so losing once again some gems in the early game. We see this pretty often with Suwak, that he has a little bit less gems at least than Macrozerg when we watch their matches in the early game. Later it of course turns around, but for now, yeah, Macrozerg has a little bit of a gems advantage, while Suwak has 3 more population, a little bit less wood, and he's also preparing for an attack. It looks like lots of swordsmen around the base of Macrozerg who didn't even make a single tower yet. Suwak at least made one scout tower here. He also didn't do a front base. Usually the way Suwak plays this map is usually by placing a tower here and then either temple down here or right next to it. But usually it's temple down here, tower here, and next to it a farm and a gnome workshop or something like that. But this time he decided to actually turtle up on one base because he sees that Macrozerg is doing the same. Suwak is also making sure Actually, sorry, Macrozerg is making sure that Suwak doesn't have any more expansions around the map, but maybe Macrozerg didn't even find the main base of Suwak yet, so he's just looking for that. Suwak is not really scouting around too much, just kinda making sure Macrozerg is stuck in his base. Macrozerg sees 2 or 3 swordsmen, but now I think he showed the strider here. If Suwak was paying the attention there, he definitely saw this, and that gave away the whole plan of Macrozerg, who wanted to go for striders and potentially surprise Suwak, and we see immediate response with Elven Sanctuary, so I think he was looking there and he saw it with the swordsman, giving huge advantage now to Suwak. But he is 9 population behind, looks like a push is going for him, but this tower will prove really useful now. It will also scout the strider. If there wasn't this tower, I think Suwak would be dead now. He has 1 more tower in the back, but if there wouldn't be a single tower, and even this one wouldn't be that effective because all of this would die. He wouldn't have the Elven Sanctuary if he wouldn't build it behind the tower, but as he did here, it will also get destroyed and it would be GG. But since he scouted it and he was prepared with the towers, it looks fine. And this is interesting, Macrozerg is going all in, even taking his minions, all the Borons and everything. And he has 1 witch, so he will just bloodlust all of this. Mainly lots of damage for the striders, and he will just try to push this, but this is a full wall from Suwak. He will actually finish maybe this farm before Macrozerg even comes. He wasted lots of time there. We see second tower being placed down, and Suwak is also pushing with swordsman at the same time, so Suwak doesn't even have all of his units here. But of course this is a full wall from Empire. Really strong is also repairing there. Unfortunately this farm will fall, but even the fact that he made it in time was pretty impressive. But yes, Macrozerg also has some healing from the Borons. Unfortunately, he has only 1 witch, so not much healing there. Suwak basically killing him at home, so if Macrozerg fails here, it's a GG for him. But these striders are nicely focusing down this tower, which is focusing back the striders. So nice micromanagement of the tower there from Suwak. Nicely holding it here with the swordsman, of course all the healing tower. Second tower is being finished now. Third tower shooting from the back, and this is probably the end of Macrozerg. He just pushed too much forward and all the towers got finished here. I don't think he could have done it much sooner, but just if the farm wouldn't be here yet, this tower also wasn't finished for a long time. It was all about this tower back here. If this wouldn't be here, of course, then it would be better. But I'm not sure if the striders were actually worth it. I think just 1 shot to the strider towers would be maybe better for a all-in push like this. But of course, at the same time, he was dying at home, where he actually looks like pushed the swordsman away, maybe. Or I don't know where they ended. Maybe all of them died to this strider, but he doesn't have any kills, so I guess Suwak just retreated. Macrozerg has 1 more warrior here, but yeah, now Macrozerg has 0 units. Suwak has a really decent army. Yeah, Macrozerg on 19 population, Suwak on 40, so double there. Striders no more value because of this Phoenix. Nice auras here, or I mean 1 aura and some levels for Suwak. Sorry for that. And the Lizard Fortress is actually producing another strider. So Macrozerg is still staying with this strategy, but he doesn't even have a totem or any other defense. Now he's making 1 totem in the back, but that will probably not be enough. This arena will now fall. Strider is only on 24 HP, so that will fall. I don't understand them much, but I think now Macrozerg asked for a little bit of time. So Suwak is giving him that. Probably he's gonna go for expansion. Not sure what's the plan there for Macrozerg, but I guess he just wants to make few more striders. We can speed it up a little bit maybe, because they are just waiting now for something. Expansion is being built. Here just more totems, more striders, and he said that he's ready. Yeah, so he just wanted to have a little bit stronger defense for Suwak to lose more units. Otherwise Macrozerg would be already dead. But yeah, 2 striders and 2 totems won't do much. If you could one-shot the Phoenix, then maybe, but it's not really easy. Yeah, we can. I mean, now the speed is bugged, so I will play it on double speed. So yeah, 2 totems without any catapults. I don't think so I can push it like this, but yeah, he's not even kiting away. But he had the resurrection there, still some priest healing there as well. Yeah, we got the bugged sound there of dying Elf Ranger or whatever, but yeah, Macrozerg calls it GG anyways, and I believe he surrendered there. So yeah, nice game, 14 minutes, that's like average time, even though it felt a little bit quicker, but that was because of the push, that was pretty strong, but it actually lasted for some time. In terms of kills, 42 for Suwak, 33 for Macrozerg, who actually made more units by 8. And also lost more units, of course. Largest army 22 to 16, and Suwak was not even fighting with everything at once. Yeah, he got rushed or pushed by a really strong push of everything, basically all in from Macrozerg. He left few minions at home, but outside of that he took literally everything, and Suwak didn't even have all his units at home. He still had like 5 swordsmen fighting in the base of Macrozerg. So that was really impressive that he repelled that. That was definitely a really clutch move there, where he nicely timed the farm to fully close the entrance. Then he set up the second tower, and also there were quick repairs. Everything was nicely set up. The first tower in the back was also useful later on, so just everything worked pretty nicely in his favor. He also got 1000 more experience here, 4 upgrades actually, Macrozerg none, so that also made a big difference. Also 11 more buildings, same lost and destroyed buildings on both sides. And the resources a little bit more for Suwak. Of course, Macrozerg pulled his villagers away from gold and other resources, so he has a little bit less, but not that much of a difference, of course. But yeah, nice game, interesting I think. I hope you enjoy this, and I'll see you in the next one, so take care guys.